What's up?
Hey,
What's
I gotta
up?
say before you even start,
What's up? What
that
you
is
about to
one of the
say?
coolest intros of all the shows that I've been on. I'm
You know
sorry
what?
for that. Please
You want to
continue.
know
That
what?
intro is
Don't
legit,
worry
though.
about it. Don't worry about it. That's the reason why this show was called World Class Wednesdays, and that's why I'm gonna tell you right now that shout out to Ramona Dye who made that video. By the way, she is phenomenal at making videos.
Hell
Gotta give her
that video was
credit.
legit. That's one of the coolest
Whether
intros
she
I've
get on my
ever
nerves
seen.
or she don't get on my nerves, whether she love me or she don't. She made that video phenomenal. She's very phenomenal at that. Got to give her a props. One of the best in the business. Marcus, ain't nobody asked you. Nobody asked Marcus the Alphabets, her co-host or her host on Alphabets Football Talk Show. No, Ramona Dye.
Hey, shout out to the Alphabets Talk Show, though. That shit worth watching, y'all. It really is.
Shout out to Friday Night and Marcus the Alphabets, by the way, who's on the show right now. This World Class Wednesdays, y'all know what it is. I also have Ryan Go on the show, Mr. Sports Bet, Mr. Sports Bet Guru. He gets you paid. He gets you paid. All you got to do is watch Go Mode. Watch Go Mode. He gonna get you paid, y'all. I promise you. Now, I am Andre the Source Robinson, the Fire Starter, and of course, once again, World Class Wednesdays. Make sure you like, share the whole 9 yards. You know, this show is one of the best shows, and I'm gonna put it out there. One of the best shows, point blank, period. I don't give a damn about what people's opinions are, what they got to say. You get the best sports talk right here, best debates, best everything, in variety right here. Friday nights, you're getting the same thing. If you ain't a part of this chain smoke right here, then you just ain't a part of it. I'm sorry, you might want to try to get a part of it, but the best resides right here. All right, straight facts. We ain't leaving no crumbs. With that being said,
I don't mean to interrupt again, but as the resident stat nerd, let me just point out, Andre the Torch Robinson ain't lying to y'all. We have a 513% increase in the last week and a half. We have a 636% reach increase in the last 14 days. We doing the goddamn thing. Andre the Torch Robinson, he talking straight facts right now. Listen to this man.
Stats, you hear that from the statistician guru right here, the stats nerd right here. Now, with that being said, I will be going mobile, so you will see me going mobile, but my guy, Marcus the Alphabets, Ryan Go will be right here, and I'll be right back. I have to go get this because you're going to see why I need to go get this very shortly. But to start off the show, as we always do. You know, we welcome y'all to the fire hall. We got that coming up for you in just a moment. We got the journalist column coming up, and we got Go Mode coming up for y'all. Plus, clap them cheeks because we're gonna talk about the three teams this week. They got their cheeks clapped the
Oh,
most.
we definitely got to do clap them cheeks. There's some fucking definite fucking top contenders for clap them cheeks this week.
So you will see right here. Boom. You see how we do it. Welcome to the fire hall. Get into that. We got some Go Mode, and of course, clap them cheeks. Shout out to y'all. By the way, hey panel, let me ask you this real quick before we really get into all this. How was y'all week sports wise?
It was a good week, man. Now the Cowboys, they were coming back off of their bye week, and was under not the best of conditions. I know you all heard about the tragic passing of Marshawn Nealon, just a terrible 24-year-old kid, second round pick out of Western Michigan, I believe it was. But you had some positives with it as well. With
I mean, can we really get into that Marshawn Nealon shit though? Like, I got a hot take on that. I'm gonna let you finish before I give my hot take, but I got a real hot take on that.
Well, I think the main thing is mental health issues are real. Depression is real. As a former soldier and seeing some people that suffer from PTSD and things, you don't know what type of battles people are dealing with behind closed doors. It's a young man, 24 years old, girlfriend. Come to find out she's pregnant.
Yep.
And then, well liked on the team, and, he's gone now. But with that, you try to turn negatives into a positive. At the trade deadline, the Quinnen Williams trade. Oh my goodness, man. Like, Quinnen Williams, in my opinion, is a top 3 defensive tackle, and they get that guy. And they just look very inspired. They dedicated the game to him. I think his number 94 is being retired. I mean, there's been some guys that have worn that number.
The Cowboys should be retired.
Yeah, the Cowboys don't retire numbers. They
really don't.
They don't retire, 88, like the number 88's passed down. Now, I don't think anybody will ever wear 22 or 8 or 12. That's Roger Staubach. But, there are some numbers within the organization that are just, legendary. But
yeah, you don't touch them. Nothing's retired, though. You're 100% correct on that. The Dallas Cowboys are not known for retiring numbers. They do have a lot of off-limits numbers, though.
Yeah, you get assigned certain numbers, 88, 94. Those are numbers. They're 21. If you're at number 21, generally you're highly thought of. But
yeah,
I like the way that they responded. I get it was the Raiders. We'll probably talk about it here in a minute, but it's the Raiders. I totally get it. But
even against the Raiders, hey, your Cowboys showed up, sir. Your Cowboys actually answered a few questions people had and put the end to some of the doubts, even though it was the Raiders.
You do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, look, a win is a win, and you do what you do what you're supposed to do to tomato cans. You kick them down the street. That's what you do. You blow them out and you demoralize them earlier, but there were some positives from that. So I was very encouraged with that. But, again, they got a challenging game coming up here against the Eagles, the true division rivalry back and forth. So we'll see what happens, but to start the week, this week off, the game was on Monday night. So this was just a couple of days ago, but to see how they responded, especially coming off of their bye week and then Marshawn Nealon passing, it was very encouraging. I was very encouraged by what I saw.
Dak has always done traditionally well coming off of his bye week. I'm going to be betting heavy on the Cowboys next week. I'm going to throw at least 10 to 15 bucks on your Cowboys to not only beat the spread, but to cover everything. I'm going to be betting some weird prop bets on Dak even this week. I think he's good for at least 2 touchdowns. We can get into that later in goal mode, but like your Cowboys are clicking on all cylinders right now. You guys have had some of the worst strategies that have happened in the NFL in the last couple of weeks happen to you in literally the last couple of weeks. And I don't want to sound like a dickhead. I'm glad we gave our respects to Nealand, but let's move on now. This is a man who went and did some bogus shit and killed himself instead of facing the judgment. If you're ever in that type of situation, call the 866 lines, call the 800 lines, please get help. But let's not make this man into a hero. Please and thank you.
Well, he was a
great NFL player, and some shit happened in his life that he had to deal with, and he made a shitty decision. Let's call it like it is. Let's give the man respect for his NFL career, but we cannot respect the situation.
Well, again, you don't know what battles people are dealing with.
We don't.
He's a young man. He was a young man. Obviously, there were some type of issues that he was dealing with.
Oh, there were a bunch of issues for a man that young to do what he did. Yeah,
he didn't hurt anybody else. He hurt himself, and he ended up leaving his family behind.
He in fact did hurt somebody else, though, sir. He had a hit and run accident that he ran away from, and that's why the cops were chasing him, and that's why he killed himself, because the cops were chasing him. Let's be honest here. Let's call a spade a spade.
What I'm saying is, obviously, there were some issues there. You don't take your life off of a hit and run.
No, you don't.
Exactly. That's not a vehicular homicide, or
exactly. He barely hurt anybody. That's insane. I agree with you. There's some mental health issues.
A 24-year-old
definitely
man,
there.
A 24-year-old man with a baby on the way, who's probably close to a multi-millionaire, to snap like that. Easily. There are some issues, and we need to bring these things to the front and be more welcoming, because a lot of times people don't know how to deal with certain things. They don't know how to do. We just had the kid from LSU, Lacey, was that his name?
Yeah,
Kyron Lacey.
Yep.
And come to find out, he was innocent.
Yeah,
he was innocent, and his draft stock. This was the guy they were talking about him being one of the first wide receivers taken out of the draft. The kid from LSU. He gets these charges against him. Come to find out, he's not guilty, and he falls entirely. Doesn't get drafted at all. A guy who's worked his entire career, his entire life to try to be drafted, and your life is ruined. And it's like a young football player who probably his entire life has dreamed. Whatever sport it is, if you're a baseball player, basketball player, whatever, if you play that sport, most of the time, if you start off early, that is like your dream to be drafted and to play professional sports, and to have that dream wiped away and erased off of accusations. And then to be like, I would rather not be here than to have all of my dreams, my hopes and dreams destroyed. We have got to start catching on to things, because a lot of times people that are suffering like that, they don't want to reach out to people because they feel like they're going to be judged.
So can I address something, especially since I'm speaking to two strong, independent black men that don't give a fuck about the fact they're black men? Can I say, like, in your culture, and I know this from living in the city, y'all are like really weird about mental health, and people need to reach out. You don't want to talk to a doctor? That's fine. 9888 suicide. 9888 suicide.
All right, Ryan, go real quick before I go mobile. I want to make sure that we don't cut each other off.
Yeah.
Make sure we let one person talk at a time so that we can all hear what everybody has to say real quick, because I'm about to go mobile for a minute. So I got to make sure that this goes off without a hitch. All right. Go ahead. Obviously, continue to talk about the Marshawn Kneeland situation. And of course, our first topic, obviously, is who should win the MVP. Y'all go ahead real quick. And
I mean, obviously, we already talked about Kneeland. Take a moment of silence for the man. R.I.P. It was a young life lost way too soon, and he would have been capable of great things in the league. That said, let's move on.
Yeah,
Marcus already did 2 great shows already about him. Let's move on, please.
It's very sad. So, first topic tonight. Look, in every year there's some type of controversy. I remember just a couple of years ago when Lamar Jackson won his second MVP, and there was a lot of controversy. Oh, it should be this guy. Oh, it should be this guy. Oh, it should be Josh Allen. Oh, it should be Lamar Jackson.
We had last year. Josh Allen and Lamar were basically co-MVPs, so you ain't wrong at all.
But there were some people, including myself, that thought that Saquon Barkley could have had some say in that, considering that, look, there's only been 9 men in the 105-year history of the NFL that have run for 2,000 yards. Yeah. Also, he was on the cusp of breaking Eric Dickerson's over 40-year-old record of, single season rushing, the single season rushing record. I think it's 2,108 yards, something like that. I don't know exactly.
You're not far off. It was 1,886 yards. You were barely off on that.
So
you're 100% correct right now, though. Sir.
He didn't. He was within striking distance of that record, and they chose not to play him the last game. I thought he could have got it. What Saquon Barkley did last year was incredible. And that's not to diminish anything what Josh Allen did. Josh Allen had the best year of his career. Again, I'm going to say this. In 2023, he was not cheated. I know a lot of my Buffalo people out there, he was cheated in 2023. No, he was
2023. He was not cheated. He was not cheated
with 18 interceptions and 22 altogether, and second in turnovers behind Sam Howell. You don't ever want to be mentioned in the same breath as Sam Howell.
Exactly.
And some of the losses that he took there, he finished in 5th place. I've heard a lot of Buffalo fans, and no disrespect to y'all, he did not deserve it in 2023. Last year, I thought Lamar should have won it, but I don't think that it was egregious that he did.
I ain't mad at last year either. I didn't understand it, but I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at that. Now, what we've seen is, with this slide here, we see Drake May, who's having an outstanding season. Y'all see the numbers side by side here. Just incredible. They both are, 2 losses. Right now, the Rams would be the number 1 seed on the NFC side. Right now, the Patriots would be the number 1 seed on the AFC side.
Are the Patriots number 1 seed right now, though, sir? Because I think there might be some teams that argue with that.
Well, I'm saying
Broncos could still be considered number 1 because they haven't played to make up their bye week yet.
Well, I'm saying right now, if the playoffs started today, the Patriots would be the number 1 seed. They would.
Okay, I apologize.
And the Rams would be the Rams would be it on the NFC side.
Yes,
but I think that the name here that we're skipping here, and it just gives you these 2 choices here. We've got to respectfully throw Jonathan Taylor into this equation.
Thank you. I've been saying this for 2 weeks.
It would be absolutely egregious. But what we've seen, we just talked about this a little bit with the skill position players, the running backs, wide receiver. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba has a say. I don't think he's a front runner in it. What he's doing on the receiving side is also incredible. Jonathan Taylor already has 1,000 yards. He's already got more touchdowns than Saquon Barkley did last year. Jonathan Taylor.
This man scored 3 alone last week in week 10 and then went into the bye week this week, coming back fucking healthy now after resting for a week.
And I've talked about this on Coffee Talk. If you're just going to always give it to the quarterbacks.
And that's what the MVP award has come to in the last 10 years. You're not far off on that. It's a quarterback award now. Jonathan Taylor is going to be lucky to get an offensive player of the year, and I think that's bullshit. He should be in the consideration for MVP.
I think that the NFL needs to respect the fact that, look, I get it. Quarterbacks, they touch the ball on every play. They make the most money. They're the pretty boys. They're the guys. And I get it, but if you take Jonathan Taylor off of the Colts with just Daniel Jones, and I think he's resurrected Daniel Jones's career. And by the way, Daniel Jones, he would be one of my favorites for the comeback player of the year. What he's done over there and turning his career around, because the opinion that we had of Daniel Jones prior to this stop here in Indianapolis was dubious at best.
Yeah, but you ain't wrong in the fact that Jonathan Taylor's making him look good. Yes, this man is making passes and he's doing great things there, but he's definitely got a above premium running game where he's at that is really helping things for him.
And we've seen Daniel Jones, especially when he was with the Giants, with a prime Saquon Barkley, and hell, Brian Dable won Coach of the Year. So
yeah, and now he's fired.
When you give Daniel Jones a good supporting cast, especially with a run game, a complimentary run game, you see he can do a little bit of something, but. If I had my druthers, and look, there is no wrong answer for this, basically the same record. A lot of the stats are, the same. For me personally, I think with Matthew Stafford. Now, look, this is a preference. Do you like chocolate chip? Do you like Rocky Road?
Yeah.
I don't think that there is any wrong answer here. My preference,
I agree.
It's between these two right here, between these two. Now, I believe Jonathan Taylor should get it, okay? Just for GP. But
the season ends tomorrow, I agree with you.
Now, but if I'm giving these two here and that's my choice, I'm going with Matthew Stafford. That would be my preference.
I gotta go with Stafford too, and I'll talk about that later in Ryan Goes Go-Getters. Sir, you are 100% on the mark. It's Stafford, Taylor, and then anybody else afterwards.
And that's no
but it's traditionally they give it to quarterbacks. So that's why we're talking. That's the only reason we're talking Stafford and Drake May right now. If you look at these numbers next to each other, sir, like for real. Yes, May has more passing yards total, but Stafford's got him beat by 5 touchdowns, has 3 less interceptions, and is only underneath the quarterback rating by like 0.6, whatever the fuck it is. And their record, they both only have 2 losses. The only reason they're not both at 9-2 is because of bye week fuckery. Like, what are we even talking about right now? Drake May is having the fucking breakout career or breakout year of his career. Matthew Stafford's he's doing what we expect Matthew Stafford to do. And when Matthew Stafford left the Detroit Lions and finally got to a good team, what did he do the very first year of that? Won the Super Bowl. And now Matthew Stafford is slowly proving to people that he has been one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL for the last 15 years.
No doubt about it. But again, this is no disrespect to Drake May, because I also believe what Drake May is doing is incredible too.
Oh, Drake May is a badass.
With 20 years of the Tom Brady era and Belichick and Brady, they had about 5 years where they kind of fell off a little bit. The whole Mac Jones, and I thought he got a a raw deal there in New England.
Yeah, but look at Mac
didn't-
now where he's at. He's putting up phenomenal numbers.
No
It was
doubt
a
about
bad
it.
system for him.
But this kid is only in year 2. He's in year 2, and he looks like a 7-8 year vet. And also with the Buffalo Bills, running that division for the past, at least since like 2019, to come into there and to take over, and they just roughed up the Bills a little bit. They're 2 games in front of the Bills.
I was
And the
about
next
to
time
say
they
the
see
Bills
the
are going to be lucky to take that division this year for the first time in how long?
2019. I think
The Bills are looking at a
2019.
wild card right now.
No doubt about it. So what Drake May's doing, he's very efficient with the ball. He doesn't now. This man doesn't have a 300-yard game, and he's leading the league in passing. As of this week, he's leading the league in passing without a 300-yard game. That's consistent. That's consistent.
That's because they're hitting them slots and those slits, and they're doing all that West Coast offense shit.
Yeah.
All that short little over the middle and short out to the sideline. It's working. And it's working fucking phenomenal for him.
It's not just that though. It's without the 300-yard games, but he's also not having the 125-yard games like Josh Allen had, and like a guy like Jalen Hurts has on the regular. You're going to get about 200 yards. He's going to be at about 70 plus percent completion rate. He's not going to he's not turning over the ball. He's making phenomenal decisions. So again, as of today, just my personal preference, I'm going to go I'm going with Jonathan Taylor. I think he's more deserving even over the 2 quarterbacks. But if I'm pushed to
and that ain't even a word anymore other than for quarterbacks. So I agree with you 100% on that. Still, I think Jonathan Taylor is still the strongest fucking leader as of right now for that award. This man just had a 3 touchdown game last week overseas on a 4-day fucking week.
And just outstanding.
Coming out of the bye week healthy, Jonathan Taylor about to light up the fantasy leagues, boys. And anybody that's following Ryan Go on Facebook sees we got him as RB number 1 on our fantasy squad.
Yeah, he's leading the league in rushing right now by I think he's at number 1. I think James Cook is at 2, and I think he's got him by like 200 something yards. So
no, you're right.
What he's doing is just incredible. I'm a huge fan of the running back position, and I would like to see running back start, because for a while there, if we're being honest, there was a lot of disrespect with the running back position. I played running back. My 2 oldest sons, they were collegiate running backs. I'm a huge fan of the running back position, and you're starting to see now when running backs, when you put them in good situations. And surround them with some talent where they're not getting hit 3 and 4 yards in the backfield, Ashton Jeanty, where you have a good supporting cast around you that you can do some things. So there was a little bit of time there where we thought that perhaps Jonathan Taylor was done, and we're starting to see now the reemergence of him. There were some other names out there, people that that were considered better than him. I still think skill-wise, I like Bijan Robinson a little bit better. I just think he's in a terrible situation.
Bijan just been getting shutting down because he's got a shitty, horrible offensive line opening holes up.
And you see
if you gave Bijan Jonathan Taylor's line, those numbers would be way closer, if not way higher, for Bijan. I'll be the first to admit that, even though I'm riding Jonathan Taylor's jock all the way to the championship here.
No doubt about it. So we'll see what happens with that. On Coffee Talk every day. Every few weeks I do my front runners for the awards that come out, the end of the year awards. Again, right now, Jonathan Taylor, I probably have to go with him for my MVP, but I don't think he's going to get it because I think that the NFL is biased.
He ain't a quarterback.
I think what you'll I think what you'll see is probably Stafford or May at MVP. Then I think at Offensive Player of the Year, I think you'll see Jonathan Taylor there.
Yep.
And probably Defensive Player of the Year. And I don't know how well they'll react to this, though, because his team is terrible, but he's having a phenomenal year. That would be Myles Garrett. I think what Myles –
I was about to say it's got to be if the season ended tomorrow, it's Myles. His team's been shit. He's been the only one putting numbers up, though. Yeah. You're 100% correct, sir.
Now, the unfortunate thing for him is that he plays for the Browns, and the Browns are terrible. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think you have several guys up there that could have an argument with that. I think you look at a guy like, for me, it would be Emeka Egbuka. I think what he's
got to be Egbuka. Who else would it be other than Egbuka at this point?
I think Quinshon Judkins would have something to say with that.
Okay, Judkins. No, Judkins is. You're not wrong. Judkins is a good second place.
Depending on the way the rest of the season goes. Now, again, we're taking a snapshot of this. Yeah, I think now, especially with the opportunities that he's getting now, Travion Henderson, I think that he would have a say somewhere in there. At first, a little bit there, I thought maybe a guy like Jackson Dart, but he's done for the year. But we got some good candidates over there. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Shit, 3 weeks ago, I would have said Cam. So you ain't wrong with these injuries.
Yeah.
He broke his ankle. It's so fucking gruesome.
Yeah. So, this is a marathon, and
yeah.
That's why I tell people
it's a marathon, 100%. I agree with that.
Stay even keel. Don't get too excited. There were people, I remember after week 3, people, we're 3-0. We're going to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of ball left to be played.
Yeah, 3-0 don't mean shit when there's still fucking, 17 games left to be played at least minimum this year, sir?
Yeah, well, we're at what? We're in week 12 now. We got 7 games left.
Yeah.
5. Well, after this week, we'll have 5 games left.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that could change. Look, you could have some guy to go up there and go on a little run. Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns last week. 6, 3 rushing and 3 passing. You got to look at stuff like that. I think he's the only man ever to do that twice in history. He's the all-time rushing touchdowns for a quarterback. He just passed Cam Newton up all time. So, sometimes, guys, they start off a little bit slow and then they go on a run there. So we'll see. We'll see. We still got a lot, but if we're doing this week by week, kind of like the power rankings that the NFL does every week, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with this. It's good stuff, and things that you can debate. And nobody's opinion is wrong. It's what you see. I just encourage people to be objective. I would wonder what the Vegas odds are for MVP. I would wonder, speaking of, I know you do your numbers thing, but
shit, I can tell you right now. Give me a second here.
I mean, that might be something to look
continue.
at, with who would be the front runner for that for the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, all of those things there. That's something there that people gamble on and try to make some money from that too. So we'll see, man. We still got a few more
weeks. That is something people gamble on, try to make some money from. You're not wrong. So as of week 12 of the 2025 NFL season, the current betting favorite for NFL MVP award is Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams, followed by a 0.65% of Drake May. So we called that right off the bat that it's between the two of them. We can look even closer here. We got Matthew Stafford at a plus 135 to plus 150, which means you're going to have to bet at least $1.35 to $1.50 to win $1 back on Stafford. Drake May is at a 175 to 185. So he's actually slightly favored over Matthew Stafford right now. Then you got Josh Allen coming out of nowhere at a plus 450, and then Jonathan Taylor at plus 750, which is great because if you bet Jonathan Taylor and he ends up becoming the first running back and how long to win it, for every dollar you bet, you're going to win $7.50 back. You throw $10 on that and he ends up winning it, that's a $750 cash out.
Yeah.
Not bad for $10 bet on a weekend when you weren't giving a shit, smoking a cigar and having a brat. Yeah. And then you made a weird bet, and then fucking 3 months later, that shit pays out. Fuck, if you really want to go nuts, Patrick Mahomes right now, you bet $10. If he wins, you could win $2,000 to $2,200. He ain't winning that shit this year, though. Don't bet that. Please don't bet that. Don't run around telling people Ryan Gold told me to bet that. I'm not telling you to bet that. I'm just saying if you were to bet Patrick Mahomes to win MVP, $10 would pay you $2,000 if it happens. That's a shitty bet, though. Please don't do that.
All right, folks, I'm back. With that being said, a couple things right out the jump. One, let's try to keep the cursing to a minimum, just because. Again,
oh shit! Okay, my bad. As I just cursed. Sorry.
And then two, we want to make sure again we don't cut each other off. This is a phenomenal show, and we want to get all the content out. Just had a couple people in the comment section asking me to specify that. Ron Thomas, what's up? Melissa, what's up? Jennifer, what's up? Jason, what up? Deborah Beatty was good. Marcus Herring was good. Conrad Cushman was good. Tosh, what up? I see you. Dewan's in here. Everybody in here. A lot of people in here. Let's like and share the show. I have not gotten to speak on this. But why is it that I left for 2 minutes and I'm already hearing conversation about Josh Allen 2 years ago again? Why are we hearing this conversation? I don't care. Josh Allen didn't get snubbed. Josh Allen didn't get screwed over. None of that. We already know this. Why are we bringing
No, we don't know this. No, we don't know this because we still have people that.
Yeah, what are you even talking about? Josh Allen was the MVP last year.
And guess what? Ignore him. It was 2 seasons ago because Josh Allen was MVP last year. So why are we talking about Josh Allen 2 years ago?
That's what I'm saying. What are you even talking about?
Well, we're looking at the we're looking at the
MVP. What are you even talking about, bro?
We're looking at the pattern. I think it's
talking about what Marcus Betts mentioned when he said 2 years ago, Josh Allen and Bills fans thought yada yada yada. Why are we even mentioning that again?
Well, I say that to show that going back just even 2 years ago, we're starting to see a cycle, and we have to look. We got to look at patterns. We have to look at patterns, and here's the pattern: running backs have been getting screwed out of this damn award. The point I was trying to make, Torch, was 2 years ago. I thought Christian McCaffrey could have won it. What he did 2 years ago was outstanding. That was Lamar's his second MVP. I thought last year with Saquon rushing for 2,000 yards and being on the cusp of breaking a 40-plus-year-old record, Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record, which he could have broken, but they sat him that last game. 9 men in 105 years. Nine men in the 105-year history of the NFL have run for 2K. That's not something that just happens like every year. I also think that we need to start looking at what's that?
AP did it and won the award. AP,
that's
9 yards away from breaking the record.
Proving its point.
MVP.
That's the point I'm trying to make. When you have a guy that runs for 2,000 yards, that 105 9 men that have done that. So we have to and look. Here's the other thing. We have to look at too. With the MVP, most valuable player, there's only been 2 primarily defensive players that have won that award. So defenders, they're not most valuable. They're not valuable either. A guy who goes out and gets 20 sacks, A guy who goes out there and gets you, 12, 13, 14, 15 interceptions, they can't be in the conversation. So I think that there just needs to
hold on. The defensive players that got 20 plus sacks, Michael Strahan and TJ Watt, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And Lawrence Taylor.
That is correct.
And Lawrence Taylor. Okay, correct. Okay. So here's my thing. And I'm just putting this out there right now. Let's talk about patterns. We're gonna get into that later. Sharon, what's good? Sharon, where did Ryan go just go? Anyway, Marcus the Alphabets. This is not hard. This is not hard. As much as people say, well, look at the numbers, yada yada yada. It's not that hard, sir. It's Matthew Stafford, and it's Matthew Stafford for multiple reasons. Number one, tougher division, tougher opponents. You look at their strength of schedules right now. New England has the easiest strength of schedule coming up. I'll show you all that during the show because I got a whole bunch of stuff to show y'all, whole bunch of information to show y'all later on. Drake May, the Bills is the only thing in his division. Matthew Stafford has 3 potential playoff teams right now in the division. Right now, outside of Arizona, every other team is a winning team. A legitimate team, and then the NFC has just been a better division this year, just and for all sake and purposes. To me, the competition level matters. So if you don't think competition matters, you're crazy. Matthew Stafford is almost 40 as well. We got to put that on
37.
too.
37.
He's 37. He's almost 40. Again, that's almost 40.
Yeah.
27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Rams are the best team in football, and there's a reason why they're number 1 in the power rankings right now, which we'll go to that later on too. As much as for all those people in Boston, Tosh, that's no disrespect to you. We will get into Drake May later on because I have a whole lot of positive to say about the New England Patriots and Drake May coming up too. But this situation and this particular segment in this particular context of conversation, it's Matthew Stafford, and that's that. It's Matthew. But boy. See, I like MVP conversations, but it's halfway through the season. It's the halfway point of the season right now. Here's some information for you real quick as we go into more of the fire lane. Passing yards leaders this week. Who would have thought it would be Jacoby Brissett and Bryce Young, 1 and 2. Josh Allen, number 3, 317, 6 touchdowns, obviously. Bo Nix, 295, and Drake May, 281. Your rushing yards leaders this week: Devon Achane, 120, Sean Tucker, 106, Bijan, 104, Derrick Henry, 103, Chase Brown, 99. Receiving yards leaders was Michael Wilson for the Cardinals. Michael Wilson. George Pickens, phenomenal week this week. Tech McMillan coming into his own. Drake London once again, even though they're losing games, and Trey McBride. Okay, so those are your passing, receiving, quarterback leaders this week, rushing leaders this week. Also, we need to get into this conversation real quick as well. I think this is a really good conversation to be had. I'm going to get right to it. More information for y'all. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 1160-46. He should be Offensive Player of the Year this year. I don't know. Oh, well, no. Sorry.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying with the
Jonathan Taylor?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying about
Jonathan Taylor. Right. I get what you were saying. That would go to Jonathan Taylor because obviously we know that they're not trying to give up the MVP awards to running backs. We know that. This is a quarterback's league. They need to just go ahead and cut off the MVP award and just have specific awards for each position. I think that would be a whole lot better. I would be more in tune to that, to having best wide receiver, best running back, best quarterback, and leave it at that. Because again, MVP, most valuable player, I feel like is very subjective but too objective in the same breath. Because there's a lot of players that will get it because of record, which is a team thing. There's a lot of players who will get it even though their stats and individual performances doesn't say that they were better than other quarterbacks. Like last year, Josh Allen won it, but Lamar Jackson's numbers was better. Again, very subjective situations come into play with that MVP, and I think it should just be player by player. Why not? So that everybody can be awarded for what they do during the season instead of being burnt because the league decides not to give certain awards to certain positions. Now, moving right along, folks. Sorry, trying to get some of this info out to y'all real quick before we get into some more debates. Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot I can show you right now. Josh Allen, by the way, we spoke on Josh Allen. Most total touchdown leaders this season by a quarterback. Josh Allen, 28. Matthew Stafford, 25. Patrick Mahomes, 21. Best quarterback in the league. I don't know if he's the best quarterback in the league this year. I disagree with that. Matthew Stafford is this year, and that's just my opinion. I get it. Josh Allen's the dual threat quarterback, but whatever. I'll get into that a little later too, because we got some conversations to be had. Power rankings right now, as you see, obviously, Rams 1, Patriots 2, Eagles 3, Colts 4, Broncos 5. 6 is the Bills, 7 is the Seahawks, 8 is the Packers, 9 with the Bucks, 10 with the Lions, and 11. I'll stop at 11 with the Bears, just to intrigue Marcus the Alphabet.
The Bears? No way! Not that the Bears is going to finish last place in the NFC North. Those Bears.
We'll talk about his Bears in a minute.
Name my Bears. That's Devon's Bears.
Yeah, Devon Bears. But no. You got to bet on the Bears, sir. I'm not about to let you pull off that. Talking about strength of schedule. Obviously, quarterback rankings right here. Yeah, I see him right here. Yep. Stafford, May, Allen, Jackson. Jackson already done passed Hurt somehow. Goff, Baker, Jordan Love, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy. Strength of schedule, as you can see, the Patriots 31st for the rest of the season. 31st. Okay, peep game on that.
Is that because because they're in the cupcake division? Because
if you look at their games that they play for the rest of the season, it's partially is due to cupcake division because
how many games do they have left against the AFC East? How many games do they have left against the AFC East?
They still got the Bills again. They have the Dolphins and Jets again. So at least 3 out of the last 6 games that they have will be against their own division.
Okay.
But watch this. Just remember that you said that's because of cupcake division, because that's about to come back and bite you on your ass, sir. While you talking about the Bears, that's gonna come back and bite you on your butt in about 5 seconds. Packers number 1, tied with guess who for the toughest schedule coming up for the rest of the season. That would be yours truly, the Chicago Bears. Coming up. Now, with that being said, I also have some things to show because we're going to talk about that right now. Since you keep bringing up the Bears, time to bear down, folks. We're going to talk about the Chicago Bears. Marcus wants to talk about them. We're going to talk about them first before we get into all this other stuff. Marcus the Alphabets. Let's start off with your Chicago Bears point differential through 11 weeks. -6. The Vikings -14. Green Bay +44. Detroit +73. Right.
Torch, are you there? Okay, I don't know.
No. See, it was so bad that he made me hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button, folks. Sorry, my fault. Talking about these damn bears that I'm so allergic to. By the way, I got the, so the Bears -6, right? Well, let's get to the schedule. You wanted this, now you get to bear down on it. Yes, I definitely had a long week. Yes, Marcus is definitely doing what he always do, Melissa, stirring the pot. That's what he liked to do. Marcus the Alphabet likes to stir the pot. Ryan, go. Where did you go? I just brung you back in. I don't know where he went. I'm sorry. Ryan, come back in. There you go. Thank you, sir. Now, getting back to these Bears. Hopefully, okay, there he is. All right. Let's get back to these Bears real quick. You ain't slick, Marcus. I swear.
Go ahead and throw them in the fridge, yeah.
You. Marcus the Alphabet. Always starting trouble. I tell you, love to start trouble when it comes to certain topics. So we're going to get right to it. This is how I got to treat you. This is how I got to do with you. You got to come prepared when you're talking to the Alphabets around here, okay? Chicago Bears, 7 wins, 3 losses. Run me outside. Round A round of applause. Marcus, how many winning teams have the Chicago Bears played this year?
I can't really. Let me see here. I can't really.
Okay, the answer is 0, Marcus. None. The answer is none.
Okay.
0.
Okay.
0.
You could argue it's 2.
Whatever. You can't because the Ravens is back now 5 and
yeah.
No, Minnesota losing record. Oh, Detroit. And they lost to Detroit. They got their brakes beat off of them. So no, they've beaten nobody this year. Dallas scored 40 points and still ended up with a tie. Sorry, just to mention that. Scored 40 points and still ended up with a tie somehow. See, it goes both ways. When you brag about getting a tie against the Packers, it also goes the other way. You didn't win either.
You also have to look at. Hang on, though. You also have to look at the point of this. You also have to look at during the course of the season. So
look at the course of the season. I got you. We're gonna get to that course of the season, right? They played the Raiders.
No doubt.
I don't want to hear nothing about no course of the season.
Trade deadline. The trade deadline doesn't dictate that.
Oh, the trade deadline. It would dictate something as the Chicago Bears actually did something during the trade deadline. He did nothing. The rest of the teams that they play for the rest of the season didn't do much or nothing either in the trade deadline. Maybe Pittsburgh. That's about it. Washington Commanders, the Saints, no. Ravens. I told y'all months ago the Ravens might even come back and get a winning record.
They're a game behind the Steelers. They're a game behind the Steelers right now.
Yes,
they are
a game behind the Steelers. That's why the Steelers better act like they got some pep in their step coming up for the rest of the season.
Aaron Rodgers has a slightly broken, a slight fracture in his wrist.
Yeah, fracture on his non-throwing arm.
Yep.
That's. Look,
I mean, you're one step away from Mason Rudolph having to start for you. That can change the trajectory of your season real fast.
Whatever. That can change the trajectory of your season.
I got him. I promise you, I got him, Melissa. I got him. Don't worry. Me and Marcus been doing this so long that this just becomes natural. Back of your hand, you wake up and you know what time it is. You got to come ready. I'm ready for him today. He just don't know yet. The Giants, the Bengals ain't winning a thing. They just got the spit. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the spit out of the damn Bengals this week. Beat the spit out of them.
Okay. Literally. Joe Burrow's supposed to be back next week.
That's nice that he better not come back next week. If he know what's good for him. Joe Burrow's
supposed to come back next.
If he know what's good for him, he stay on it. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe, I'm going to tell you right now. Who's calling your phone? It's me. I'm calling your phone. Hey, Joe, stay on the bench, sir. You don't want none of this smoke coming up. You want zero smoke, sir. You still got to play all your division rivals, and your schedule is not an easy one either for the rest of the season. Sir, stay on the. It's okay. Stay on the bench. You're not making the playoffs. It's no point to put you in harm's way at all. Okay,
I agree.
Go ahead and rest up for the rest of the season. Look cool, whatever you got to do. Yeah.
Go ahead and fire Zach. Go ahead and fire Zach Taylor. Go ahead and
go ahead and get rid of Zach Taylor too. Get ready to lose another defensive player at the end of the year, and Trey Henderson, by the way. Get ready to lose him too.
He's gone. He's
gone too. Go ahead and make sure during the draft that you sitting your ass right next to the GM and telling him, put that card back. Is it defense? Is it? Damn it! I said defense. Damn it, defense. Don't you pull not a damn offensive nothing, unless it's an
offensive line.
Unless it's an offensive lineman. If it ain't an offensive lineman, don't you dare. I said defense. Damn it! I'm gonna get on the defense right now when I bust you in your nose. Now, getting back to these damn Bears. Bear down, folks. The Steelers. I don't think that's a guaranteed win. You got to play Philly the week after. Then you got to play the Packers.
Can y'all even see me right now? I don't mean to cut you off, but I got a black screen on this whole StreamYard thing right now. Can y'all even see me?
I can't see you.
We can't see you like John Cena. We can't see you.
Okay, yeah, hold on. I'm a log out of this and log back in and see if I can get us right back to what.
Yeah, you need to be. Come on. All right. You got the Packers. You very easily can go 0-3. By the way, after you play the Cleveland Browns, you should be thankful that they put the Cleveland Browns on your schedule. Because then you got to play Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit right after that. Sir, I see at best 2 wins. You do know 9 wins is not getting Chicago in the playoffs, right? Okay. Right. So watch this. And sir, I've been listening to you.
Okay. What you got?
Mr. Pattern Man. Hey, general public. Y'all heard Marcus the Alphabets talk about pattern earlier, sir. I will admit by pattern that the Buffalo Bills fans can be annoying. I can admit that they get on my nerves. I can admit that they have some very delulu thoughts when it comes to certain things. But Marcus the Alphabets, I just got to ask you, first of all, question number 1. Can you tell me what Caleb Williams' completion percentage is this year?
I have no earthly idea. Huh? But I would imagine it's pretty erratic.
Erratic?
Yes.
Hey, general public, can you see Marcus the Alphabet's posture and disposition right now? Do you see his disposition and posture? Marcus the Alphabet. He's playing with Ben Johnson, right? You would consider Ben Johnson a better offensive coordinator than any coordinator the Buffalo Bills have ever had, correct?
I do, but I will also say that I will, but I will preface this by saying, first year in the system, because I heard something a few years back, and I'm not going to mention no names or nothing, saying that Brian Daboll sucked and Ken Dorsey sucked, and there's people right now saying, "Oh, bring back Brian Daboll. He's probably better than Joe Brady right now." So here's the thing about it. People have recency bias. That's what people have recency bias. They see stuff right now. They think things are bad, and they have these, all things were so bad that it really wasn't that bad. Right now, what you have is Caleb Williams, who I told you, I said, look, his issue is, look, I know that there's people out there that don't like Caleb Williams, and for whatever reason, some people they don't like. He's kind of flamboyant. They don't like the painted fingernails. They don't like the crying in the stands. But purely from a football perspective, see, we got to take away all the other stuff. on the football field. This is a former Heisman Trophy winner. This is a former number 1 overall pick. His issue was his coach was Matt Eberflus, a defensive-minded coach who was running the Chicago Bears, who was running him into the ground. You get a guy now who made Jared Goff, who a lot of people had written off leaving from the Rams, and Ben Johnson gets a hold of him and makes this guy look like a totally different quarterback. That same skill set, you get that to Ben Johnson, and we're 10 weeks into the season. And Caleb Williams, has it been consistent? No, it has not. He's been up and down. He's been erratic. He's doing this. He's doing that. But first season in a new system, I think it's been fairly decent considering that this is his first year in the system.
Marcus the Alphabets. I'm so glad you mentioned bias, sir. Because I think it's about time that Marcus the Alphabet admits right here on the show that he has a certain bias towards Josh Allen. And here's why. You heard what Marcus the Alphabet just said, y'all, right? What did you say about first-round picks? What do you expect from first-round picks, sir?
I expect them to be I will say it for you verbatim. I expect them to be building blocks for the franchise. That being said, here's the difference between Josh Allen. You're saying that I'm showing bias towards him. Here's the difference between Josh Allen and Caleb Williams. Josh Allen, number 6 overall, 7 overall, pick 6. Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. Who usually gets the number 1 overall pick?
The Alphabets. So that means if Caleb Williams is number 1 overall. Wait a minute. No. Let me stop you right there. Yeah, before you try to do it, because you like doing this at least once or twice a show. Yeah. You think you're slick.
Yeah. Who gets the number 1
pick? If you are number 1 overall, don't we have a bigger expectation for you than a number 7 overall pick? Yes, sir, we do.
But you're not answering the question. Yes, there are expectations for you. There are expectations for you. What team?
Aren't you the same? No.
What team gets the number 1 overall pick? What team? Come on. Come on. What team gets the number 1 overall pick?
Marcus, that's nice. The number 1 overall pick.
Come on now.
Work with me now. Worst team in football. To the worst team in football.
Okay, hang on. Check this out. Even in Josh Allen's own draft class, Let me give you a little scenario because I see where you want to go with this. But I'm gonna roll with you here for a little bit.
You don't see where I'm going.
Hey, hang on. I will.
You don't see it yet.
Put Josh Allen. Josh Allen goes number 1. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a little question here. We're gonna do a little exercise here. Okay.
Go ahead, come on.
2018 draft with the number 1 overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select Josh Allen, University of Wyoming. 3 head coaches, 3 or 4 offensive coordinators in 3 or 4 years, and you see Baker Mayfield run out of Cleveland. Now, Josh Allen, the MVP. Hang on. Josh Allen, the MVP. So let me ask you this. If Josh Allen is the number 1 pick, in 2018, last year, does he win the MVP? Because he's at the same coaching staff.
If he were
the number 1 pick for the Cleveland Browns, with his deficiencies and having 3 or 4 different head coaches, 3 or 4 different offensive coordinators thrown into the AFC North against the Ravens and the Steelers, and he couldn't complete a damn pass. He was just running around with his head cut off. If Josh Allen's the number 1 pick in the AFC North, is he the MVP last year? Yes or no?
Answer for you. You ready? Marcus the Alphabet.
Yeah. If he's the number 1 pick in 2018,
the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to answer.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Answer.
Okay, go ahead.
The Cleveland Browns wouldn't even be in the same position if Josh Allen was Cleveland's quarterback. You want to know why? And I'm about to give you facts. Ready for this?
Okay, go ahead.
For the general public watching, I could have swore Baker Mayfield, what was it, year 1 or year 2? Didn't he have Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb? Didn't he have wide receivers? Didn't he have a defense that was pretty damn decent, right? Okay, so if you put Josh Allen, you asked it
in the AFC North.
No, you asked it, I'm answering it. No, you asked it, I'm answering it. No, you asked it, I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
If I put Josh Allen on the same team as Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, whoa down.
Not this Josh Allen. Year 1, year 2, Josh Allen.
Whoa, Marcus, you gotta let me answer.
Okay, go ahead.
You gotta let me answer.
Okay, go ahead.
And you put him with those wide receivers, sir. Cleveland is not in the same position now, 8 years later, with Josh Allen. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Okay. Oh, by the way,
with Josh Allen completing 58% of his passes. With Josh Allen completing 58% of his passes.
Watch this.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
I'm glad. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm glad that you said that number.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what Caleb Williams is doing this year. So guess what? I would be glad.
Okay.
You asked it. I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Caleb Williams' number right now with Ben Johnson is 58%, sir. Now, since you wanted to go there, we going to go there. Josh Allen, 58% with Nick Chubb and that offense, with that defense. Cleveland not even in the same position. In fact, Cleveland wouldn't even have drafted Shedeur Sanders if Josh Allen is on the team.
No doubt.
So hold on. You asked about MVP. He probably wouldn't have been MVP. But I tell you what, the Cleveland Browns wouldn't be. I tell you what they wouldn't be.
What's that?
They wouldn't be the laughing stock of the league right now. They wouldn't be searching. They wouldn't be with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. I tell you what. No, you wanted this. I told you. I'm ready for you today, sir. You wanted this, and I'm giving it to you, sir. I tell you what. I would have took Josh Allen and his 58% completion rate, and bet you Cleveland wouldn't be in the same position right now, though. Oh, and by the way, sir, because I need to go back to this number 1 overall pick situation that you said. So we expect more from number 1 overall picks, right? Josh was number 7. You also mentioned offensive coordinators, different offensive coordinators. You do realize Josh Allen is on his 3rd offensive coordinator.
How many head coaches? How many head coaches?
Watch this. And
how many head coaches? Come on, question. How many head coaches?
I got you.
How many head coaches?
I got you.
How many head coaches?
You gonna make the point about Sean McDermott being the coach? Sir, watch this. You say that like that's a badge of honor, sir, that he's the head coach. No. What has Sean McDermott did?
Considering the coaches that he's competing against, who have been the head coaches? Who have been the head coach?
Can I ask you a question?
Torch.
Has Cleveland? Hold on, no. You said coaches. I gotta ask you. Has Buffalo had a Coach of the Year award given to them? Because Cleveland has.
Buffalo has not.
And Cleveland had one, sir. So you want to go again with the coaching staff?
That speaks to how terrible. Again, you're making my point for me when I say cupcake ass division. When I say cupcake ass division.
Hold on.
So Josh Allen,
you said cupcake division, but that don't help your Chicago Bears.
Let me respond.
That don't help your Chicago Bears.
Josh Allen, if he went number 1, he'd be in the AFC North, right? With Mike Tomlin. He's not competing against.
Can I ask you a question?
He's not competing against Jarrett Mayo.
Hey, Marcus. Let me ask you a question, Marcus. Hey, Marcus. Let me ask you this question then.
Who was the head coach in the AFC
North, right? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What teams has Josh Allen sent home in the playoffs?
It's a little bit different. Wait
a minute. No. Don't try to switch it.
He got you there, dude. He got you.
Switch it, smooth it, cool it.
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than when you got to play them twice a year. We beat the
Marcus,
Eagles sometimes.
Guess what?
We beat the Eagles sometimes.
Watch this. Since 2020, sir. Since 2020, do you know how many times Buffalo has played Pittsburgh? Do you know how many times Buffalo has played?
I got you. You're missing the point, though. Here's the point. Here's the point.
No, sir. You're saying because they're in the same division, but Buffalo has played them twice a year.
Here's the difference. Josh Allen is the number 1 pick on the Cleveland Browns with their 4 different head coaches. That's the difference. That's the difference. I'm gonna tell you once again. That's the difference. Once again, you know when you do know that when you get you do realize when you get a new head coach, they bring in their own system, right? And you got to
but I gotta disagree, dude.
You do realize that, right? Do not let Marcus the Alphabet have it both ways, because guess what history says, Marcus? Guess what history says? Josh Allen and Sean McDermott are only one of 2 coaches who have never visited a Super Bowl and been together for 7+ years. Okay. So what would you rather have? I'm making my own point. I'm not trying to make your point. Even if it is making part of your point.
They've been together for 7 years. They've been together for 7 years and ain't won shit. Now imagine him with 3 or 4 different head coaches having to learn a new system every other year.
Hell, he's had 3 different offensive coordinators, and he's had to learn different systems.
A head coach, 3 or 4 different head coaches.
Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded head coach. So what system was he learning?
Baker Mayfield look? How did Daniel Jones look? How did Sam Darnold look? How did Sam Darnold look? How did Sam Darnold look? How did Daniel Jones
Sam
look?
Darnold look like a motherfucking stud right now. Daniel Jones, mac and cheese look like a fucking stud. So imagine Josh.
I'm
helping you make your point. You're 100%.
So imagine Josh Allen with 3 different head coaches in 4 years in a division in the AFC North, not beating up.
Here's where we separate from the point. That man is a superstar no matter where you put him.
Let me finish. So, 3 different head coaches in a way tougher division, and he doesn't get to develop. Because guess what? Because he couldn't read a defense, and because he was inaccurate as hell, he was still been doing the same goofy shit that he was doing, turning over the ball and missing wide open targets and getting his brains beat in by T.J. Watt screaming off the edge. T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward and Alex Highsmith hitting him in the back of his head because he can't. Oh, and then when he's overthrowing targets like he was in Buffalo his first couple of years when he didn't have a 300-yard passing game. And you mentioned his wide receivers. Do you know? Hang on. Do you know what Odell Beckham? Hang on. Do you know what Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad said when Baker Mayfield was the quarterback there? Do y'all remember? Because I remember. Do you remember when Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad wrote to everybody, was saying, "Get my son the hell out of Cleveland because this guy don't know what the hell he's doing. He's missing wide open target." Now, we're not talking about Josh Allen MVP last year. We're talking about year 1, year 2 Josh Allen. And then the next year he gets a brand new head coach. And then the year after that, you remember when the head coach for the Cleveland Browns was Freddie Kitchens? You remember Freddie Kitchens? Y'all remember Freddie?
I mean, do you remember those, sir? Year 1 and 2 Josh Allen, as you wanted to just point out, year 1 and 2 Josh Allen was still in the top 5 discussion at MVP every year.
What? What did you just say?
I just said year 1 and 2 Josh Allen was still in the top 5 discussion.
Take him off the air. Take him off the air.
He was never anywhere close.
Take him off the air.
He was still in the top 5.
He was not
still in the top 5. Josh Allen been him.
Josh Allen was a
bottom year. First year, I'll give you. Since second year on, Josh Allen been in the discussion though. Josh Allen been in top 5 every year since the second year.
Did you just say that on a live show?
I did just say that on a live show. Look at his stats. Look at his numbers.
No, you look at his stats. I didn't look at his stats. I've been doing these shows for 7 years. I want you right now. You're the statistician. You talk about all these.
He's been a top 5 quarterback since the second year in the league, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Numbers don't lie.
His numbers from 2018.
Let's pull this up right now. No, let's do this.
I will bet you $50. I will bet you $50 right now. His first 2 years. You talk about you.
I'd rather you throw that $50 on one of the promo codes for the show.
You want to give away some money real quick?
But yeah,
pull
let's
up Josh Allen. Did you just say
that.
Josh Allen was in the top 5?
I said Josh Allen was a top 5 quarterback his second year. Yes, I did.
No, he was not. No, he was not. Please don't say that on a live show. Don't say that on a live show. You will lose all credibility saying some stuff like that. Pull up Josh Allen's numbers. Josh Allen right was now, horrible. Pull up his first 2 years. He was terrible.
Proving my point right now. By the way, for the general public that's watching.
Okay, hold on.
In
2019, Josh Allen's second year, he played 16 games. He threw for 3,089 passing yards, threw for 20 touchdowns, and only threw 9 INTs. You gonna tell me that is not a top fucking quarterback?
That's not.
He had an 85.3 rating for the year in 16 games played. His second year. How is that not good?
That's not top. You said top 5.
In the year 2019, in the year 2019, he was tied for 5 and 6.
Do you know who was playing in 2019?
Oh, hold on. Let's go further in, since you want to get further, and you don't want to take the tie. You don't want to take the tie. You want to go to the full L.
Because what you just said was asinine. What you just said was asinine.
Let's just type right into Google right now. Then
do you know who the quarterbacks were playing in 2019? You said he was a top 5 quarterback. You're talking about prime Aaron Rodgers. Prime Aaron Rodgers. How many touchdowns did
2019? Okay, no, let's get into this, since you want to get into this. Who were the top 5 QBs in 2019 according to Google?
It wasn't Josh Allen. I promise you, it was not Josh Allen. His first 2 years, he was horrible. He was horrible. He was missing wide open an 82 for a quarterback rating. That's not good. That's not good.
I'll give you this. Okay. Hey,
that's not good.
I'm gonna give you the W on a technicality here. You're correct. In 2019, he was not considered top of the line. But he was top 15 in 2019. Let's get into 2020 and 2021.
Which is better, top 5 or top 15? Top 15. There's only 32.
I'm admitting I was wrong. I said he was top 5. I said he was top 5 that year. I was wrong. I was wrong. That's my bad.
If you're going to debate Marcus, if you're going to debate me in football, you can't just make random ass comments like that.
I'm not making random ass comments. I was off by 1 year. The very next year in 2020, he was number 3.
Okay,
I was off by 1 year, bro. My bad. I was wrong. I will admit right now, I was wrong. In 2019, he was the top 15.
But Marcus, I ain't done with you yet, sir. I'm not done with you.
If you put Josh,
Mr. Coffee Talk. Hold on, Mr. Coffee Talk. What did you say about Caleb Williams this morning, sir? Because
shit,
the same thing you saying now. Because this morning you was giving him all types of praise and adulation this morning. I watched your Coffee Talk, sir. It was like Ben Johnson with Caleb Williams.
I was there when I said it.
What a great job. Don't light the demise now. Don't light the demise up now, sir. Receipt.
I will say the same thing I've been saying for. Torch, me and you had a discussion about this at the beginning of the season. And what did I say about Caleb Williams going into the season? What did I say?
I'm gonna tell him.
I gotta take Marcus's side on this, though.
Marcus said that Ben Johnson would make a better quarter. quarterback out of
That's all that I
Caleb Williams.
said. His
And he-
quarterback was Matt
How
Eberflus.
is he wrong? How is he wrong? Ben Johnson is one of the best coaches in the league this year, and he turning Caleb into a superstar.
Sir.
The numbers ain't lying, dude. Bears are number one in the NFC North right now. One of the hardest leagues in the division right now. And the Bears are number one.
I'm going to tell you how he was wrong. He's wrong because just like you were wrong 5 minutes ago, his quarterback percentage is 59%. Do you know what quarterback had 59% in their first season with his first system? Oh, that would be Mr. Josh Allen himself. Okay. And guess what? No, this ain't where you stop me. I'm gonna stop you right now. Go ahead. This is where I'm right about Marcus the Alphabets. Okay. Because I think everybody who just was watching the show seen Marcus the Alphabet's posture. Do you see his posture when you speak of Josh Allen? Totally different. Marcus the Alphabets, my question to you is, why you ain't got that energy for Caleb Williams?
I got to say,
with a better offensive line, with a better offensive coordinator, because you admitted just 5 minutes ago on the show, Ben Johnson is a better offensive coordinator than the Bills have ever had in any situation, correct? So why you ain't got that same energy for Caleb Williams, Mr. 59% from the goddamn throwing the ball, but you surely for 15 minutes we was just watching you. Josh Allen,
and I'll explain to you.
Hold on. I need a little bit of clarification here. What's the same energy? Because are you saying that you're not the same numbers? Because otherwise,
I'm making the comparison from year one to year two. I said, okay, now you said his 58 or 59%, whatever it is right now. What was it last year when he was under Matt Eberflus? What was this? All that I said.
The back door with that excuse. You're not about to sneak out the back door with that excuse.
No. Matt Eberflus is
y'all watching.
Matt Eberflus is a defensive coach.
What was Josh Allen? What was his first year? What was Josh Allen's first year's numbers, Marcus? What was Josh Allen's first year's numbers, Marcus?
Matt Eberflus is a defensive coach, and he's switching systems, just like I tried to explain to you 10 minutes ago when you said Josh Allen would have taken over. I said, Torch. He's been with Sean McDermott his entire career. Now imagine Josh Allen, how raw he was and how terrible he was his first 2 years. And imagine him every other year getting a brand new head coach. That's the only thing that I'm trying to say.
I can tell you,
what would
you have to do that?
He wouldn't have to do that with 3 different coaches. So you're saying that? So you're saying? No. Okay, you're saying Freddie Kitchens would have still.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay,
Cleveland would not be in the same predicament right now if they had Josh Allen. And I'm going to tell you this again. First and foremost, Josh Allen would have played the Jalen Hurts route. Yes, I see you watching Dennis Holmes, and I said it. He would have played the Jalen Hurts route, sir. Are you kidding me? Josh Allen with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb? Josh Allen would have been handing off the ball first and second down. I don't give a fuck what system he's playing in. That's number one. Number two, secondly, sir, I think the same credit that you give Lamar Jackson for being the scrambling quarterback he is, now he's the best. He is the absolute best at rushing the football. But guess who's number two? That would be one Josh Allen, sir. Number 2 in this league right now. And if you say any different,
what I'm saying is his style of play.
And I'm telling you, his style of play, for what you just said, Josh Allen wouldn't even have had the opportunity to make all those mistakes that he made in year one. Here's the handing off the motherfucking ball.
You would have to also look at here's what I'm saying, Torch. The passer that Josh Allen is now, Josh Allen is light years ahead of what he was as a passer his first 2 years. When he was a top 5 quarterback in 2019. When he was top 5. Now he was top 5. He was throwing for 58% when he was top 5. But anyways, But anyways, he developed into an elite passer.
Facts.
He developed into an elite passer. He would not have had the opportunity. And let me tell you something. With him not being an elite passer,
answer the question.
a guy like hang on, let me finish my train of thought.
Let him finish because I feel him cooking. I smell what he's cooking.
With him not being a top 5 passer, and he's overthrowing Odell Beckham Jr. Do y'all remember what Odell Beckham Jr. was like? Do y'all remember what Odell Beckham Jr. was like when he was like kind of like the shit? Y'all remember what Odell Beckham Jr. was like? And can you imagine Josh Allen in Cleveland and throwing the ball 5 feet over Odell Beckham Jr.'s head?
Would never happen.
Can you imagine?
Marcus, you laughing? You doing all that laughing? But I hate to remind you that Kelvin Benjamin was Josh Allen's receiver. The year that you talking about, when you want to make jokes and shit.
I mean, hey, we talking all straight up hypotheticals.
Kelvin Benjamin's 6'6". He's 6'6". And he still was throwing top.
He was throwing garbage, hot garbage. I don't care if he was 6'6".
Now imagine Josh Allen playing in Cleveland with Odell Beckham Jr. and throwing it 3 feet behind him or 5 feet over his head. What would have happened? What Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad would have said? He would have destroyed Josh Allen psychologically. They would have destroyed him. This guy's going to get my son killed. Don't forget their other wide receiver. They had Jarvis Landry and Corey Coleman, who they spent a first-round pick on. He would not be the quarterback that he is now. You're judging Josh Allen off of consistent coaching and a good culture. Cleveland is where careers, even now, Cleveland is where careers go to die. It's where quarterbacks' careers go to die.
Same Cleveland that went to the playoffs? You mean the same Cleveland that won Coach of the Year, got a Coach of the Year, and went to the playoffs?
He ain't wrong though, man. Like,
how about a football guy, sir?
You go to Cleveland, you got one or two options.
1 year. Brian Dable was the coach of the year 1 year with Daniel Jones. He was anybody can have one good year. Anybody can have one good year. It can happen. It happens. A dead clock is right twice a day. Even a dead clock is right twice a day.
The alphabet.
Even a dumb squirrel gets a nut once in a while.
Hey, Marcus, you're right. A broken clock is right twice a day. And that's how I feel about your Chicago Bears. Because the only way they make it the playoffs, sir, the only way they make it the playoffs is if they win the division. That's
Torch,
highly unlikely.
The Bears are going to figure out how to Bears, and the NFC going to switch up in the next 2 weeks here. They're going to switch up wild. NFC North is one of the most volatile. It's one of the most volatile conferences in the league right now. Tell me what I'm telling lies. Tell me what I'm telling lies.
There's 7 playoff spots.
Not making the playoffs unless they win the division.
There's 7 playoff spots. Okay, let's look. This ain't that hard.
3 of them are going to NFC North teams.
There's 7 playoff spots. The NFC South, the NFC South is sitting one team. The NFC East is sitting one team.
One team.
Okay.
The West is sending 3.
Yeah, no.
The West is sending 3. Out your mind.
You capping.
You crazy as hell. The way the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers all been playing, and the 49ers been injured. And still,
Rams and Seahawks at best.
Still,
49ers are going to figure out how to shit the bed yet this year.
I bet you. Okay, watch this. How about this, Ryan Go, Mr. Bet Man? Okay. I bet you $25 the 49ers get in the playoffs before the damn Bears do. Want to bet?
Here's the thing.
Okay, now you want to bet? You want to bet straight off?
Here's the thing about
make the playoffs.
Either the NFC,
the Bears do. I won't take that. If you want to bet straight up, we can even put that down to only $10. 49ers ain't making the playoffs for me. 49ers ain't making the playoffs for me.
Here's the thing with the 49ers, and look, we got to give the 49ers credit for what they've done. Here's the bad news for the 49ers. they are extremely injured. They're extreme. Yep. And look, I love
extremely
they are
injured
beat the
for
fuck
multiple
up,
weeks, and they still extremely in the playoffs picture right now.
Fucking now. We're talking end of season
right now, the Chicago Bears are the number one seed.
Showed you the strength of schedule. Want me to go back to the strength of schedule? When we go back to it?
Okay, pull up the 49ers strength of schedule.
Okay, I'm about to pull this
up. The 49ers strength of schedule.
Hold on. I want to say this right now. Here's the goofy thing about everybody talking about strength of schedule this late in the year. It's almost all divisional games for everybody now this late in the year. And you can't say shit about divisional games because you could play a dog shit team, but it's the division and they show up that week. That's the way the NFL works, baby. That's the way gambling works. We're getting into the time of the year where I don't give a fuck if you've been perfect all year. You about to look like an idiot in the last fucking 5-6 weeks.
Word, baby. Guess what else it worked, baby? The 49ers have proven they can win consistently.
When they have,
they're number 9 on your list. You just put up right now.
Did they prove it consistently?
They're number 9. They're number 12, sir. What are you talking about?
Did they prove it consistently last year?
Okay, yeah, number 12. You're right. I'm looking at the small screen.
You know what? Their whole entire team was gone last year, Marcus. That's a totally different team than this year.
Nick Bosa is gone. Their first-round pick, Michael Williams, he's gone. They're gone for the year.
Brandon Ayuk is coming back. Guess who just came
coming off a torn. He hasn't even started. He hasn't even started his 21 day. He hasn't even started his 21-day practicing window. We're in week 12.
They're going to get and they're going to get healthy.
We're in week 12.
So Marcus ain't wrong on that point.
Hang on. We're in week 12, and he hasn't even started. He hasn't even started his 21 day. His 21. That's 3 weeks.
Yeah, he got 3 weeks coming off the IR here.
He's not playing this week, and he's not playing. He's already been ruled out for this week. He's already been ruled out for this week.
That's okay. Alphabets. Go ahead and put your alphabets together. BET. If you so sure. Bet it.
I'm telling you.
I agree. I gotta agree with Marcus here. Bet that shit.
Look, we talk about coaches of the year. We talk about what Shane Steichen's doing. Outstanding job. When we talk about, some of these coaches and what they're doing there, I think we also need to put Shanahan in there. But when you look at,
I agree.
Look, this is a war of attrition. This is a marathon. And when you start losing,
hold on, watch this. I know somebody who was just in a war of attrition. Your cousin, Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts was in a war of attrition. Don't become Spooky Betts. Is you gonna bet or you gonna not bet?
Mookie Betts held that trophy high with the Japanese motherfuckers and won that World Series. So what's your point?
In the playoffs, it's gonna be what teams, what division says 3 teams.
You talking. I hear you doing all this talk. I bet it, sir. The Bears will make the playoffs and the 49ers don't. Bet it.
They might both. Well, 2 things can be true at the same time. They might both make it.
Hey, you know what? As we're talking right now, I'm gonna call your bluff, sir. I'm betting right now. I'm hopping on Price Picks, and I'm betting the Bears to make the playoffs. And I'm betting the 49ers to not make the playoffs. About this.
The Bears are going to the playoffs, sir.
They're not.
The Bears are going to the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Bears in the playoffs. 49ers not.
You need to be concerned. You need to be concerned. Y'all need to be concerned with the Packers. That's
10.33x on my payoff right now.
Because guess what? We talk about a war of attrition. Here's the thing. Josh Jacobs might not be playing for a few weeks. You feel good with Emmanuel Wilson? You feel good with Emmanuel Wilson toting the ball?
Hold on, watch this. You want me to worry about the developmental team in the Green Bay Packers who have done nothing but develop their talent every year, still make the playoffs every single year. And you want me to worry about them more than worrying about the Chicago Bears, who was 4-2 last year, lost 10 in a row last year? You want me to worry about the Green Bay Packers, who have been to the playoffs way more times than the Bears.
I want you to worry about the Green Bay Packers.
You want me to worry about the
I want you
Bears?
to worry about the Green Bay Packers that lost to the Cleveland Browns. I want you to worry about the Green Bay Packers that lost to the Cleveland Browns.
Both of y'all, hold up. Regardless of what you're worried about, you just told me bet on the Bears making the playoffs and Seattle not making the play, or San Francisco not making the playoffs. I just placed that bet. $10 at a 10.33, $133 hits if the Bears make it and Seattle doesn't. I placed that bet with zero hesitation. San Francisco, yeah. I keep saying Seattle. I mean San Francisco. I keep thinking Seattle because Seattle, when we get later into Ryan Goes Go-Getters, I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit to say about Seattle. But right now, hey, that bet you just said, put your money where your mouth is. I did. Chicago making it, San Francisco ain't 10 times. 10.33% return, $133 on my $10 right now.
And since we talking about
playoffs, I placed it. I placed it.
Watch this. Yes. I'm glad Marcus ain't trying to bet it though. But
I trust what Marcus has got to say because this is one of the few instances that he's correct.
Watch this. And Marcus the Alphabet, sir. Speaking of playoffs, sir. I'm going to say this, and I say this in love. So you're the same person who sit up here, and for 15 minutes, I watched you right here on the show prove my point about Josh Allen and the Bills. I'm surprised you ain't got the peach crown at. Where's the peach at? Where the peach crown at? Oh, it's somewhere over there, because every time we talk about the Bills.
Oh, he got it behind him. You know he do.
Oh, no, Ryan, go. I got something for him. He ain't ready for this. Marcus the Alphabet.
Yeah.
How did you let that man, Tim Purnell? I'm just wondering. Now I got to ask you this right here on World Class Wednesdays.
Yeah.
How did you let that man, Tim Purnell, go on your page, literally? And I know Dwayne Woodley posted it. Shout out to Dwayne Woodley, by the way. I got a whole lot of love for Dwayne Woodley. He's cool as hell.
Dwayne Woodley's good.
No, I agree.
How did you let that man go from NWA gangster talk, see you in February, to singing like Monica and Brandy sad songs the next week, Mary J. Blige singing about something wrong with the teeth. Before it was see you in February. How did you let that happen, sir? I'm wondering where was the energy for that, sir? Because you have a hell of a lot of energy. You got a whole lot of energy.
Hang on. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, Torch. And here's what I'm going to do just for you. With Christmas coming up, Marcus the Alphabet, I got a gift for you, Torch. Yes. I'm going to set up a show. With you and Tim Purnell. I'm going to personally do that. I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to do that for you because look, listen.
I'll be the first viewer.
Play favorites. Because yes, you are so right. You're right.
Thank you.
You are so right. You can't talk the way that you've been. You can't talk the way you've been talking, and then get your brains beat in, and then go into hiding. I need you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I want to know.
As a matter of fact, as soon as we get off of here, I'm going to talk. Dwayne Woodley, as soon as this show's over in about 20 minutes, I need you to message me if you're still up. And we're gonna set up a debate. We're gonna set up a debate.
Thank you. Let's do that.
I'm gonna do that for you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Hey, for fuck's sake, you gotta let me moderate that shit.
I'm gonna set that up for y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all tune in. I'm gonna make it because Tim Purnell. And
I already know what he's gonna say. He's so typical. He's like Papa Doc to me. His typical is Papa Doc typical.
No, hey, hold on. I know.
The Kansas City Chiefs won 3
No, hold on. Hey, Torch. Marcus making a good point. You making a good point. He's trying to set up a debate.
And he should
set that shit up. Let me moderate that. I'll moderate that shit.
My man was literally talking about.
I'll moderate that shit like Trump versus Biden. I'll be fair. I'll be clear. Let me moderate that shit. Let's do an actual debate on here.
The way that he is talking, oh,
Yes.
the Buffalo
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills in Kansas City, and y'all aren't doing this, and
You
y'all aren't,
talk so much trash.
look, you can't, and you are in danger. And Torch, here's the thing about it. I do reels every day. So
It's man ain't lying.
everything that
I
I
see him
say-
every day.
it's on wax. It's on wax. And I have been saying consistently, and Torch, you've been here with me, and you, we've been doing shows all year long. I said this would be the most difficult path that the Chiefs would have to take. I've
been saying it since day one that it's not written in the stars that they will win the division, and I said the same thing. I told
Yeah.
you Denver was winning
We've
the
all
division
been saying that.
in the beginning of the year.
I've been
Yes, sir.
saying that all
You know
year
what's so
long.
funny?
Oh, no,
You know what's so funny,
we're going
Marcus?
to win this, and we're
I
going to
can't wait.
We're going to win this.
I can't wait.
I also
I
said
can't
the
wait till
same
they don't
thing.
make the playoffs. Just because of him, I hope they don't make the playoffs. Just
I also
because of him.
said,
Because listen,
I also
Marcus,
said,
this is something else you can agree to. I have
Okay.
been the hardest on the Buffalo Bills.
yes, you
I
have.
have been the hardest.
Yes, you have.
Here's
Yes,
my
you have.
thing. I'm okay if you talk about the Bills. I'm okay if you talk about the Bills fans. I know they annoying. They can be annoying. They can be sometimes biased and buffoonish.
Mhm.
What you not?
Well, that's all fan bases. That's all.
You
fan
Yeah,
bases.
for real. That's
We're
all.
just-
Move
we're
the
just-
fuck
That's all.
around.
Fan,
You
that's
start
all.
talking about the city of Buffalo and what the city residents do, sir.
Y'all ain't any worse than Packers
Hold on.
fans. We actually own our team, and we let every motherfucker in the world know it.
Last I checked, it
We
was
are
about
worse.
what you did right now, right? It's about what you do right now, right? It's about what you've done right now or what you've done lately. Because if we talking about what you've done lately, sir, Patrick Mahomes ain't beat an elite defense in 2 seasons.
Yeah, but here's
Facts.
no,
That's hard facts.
Now his compare now. Look, I'm not defending him, and I'm not going to speak for him. That's why I'm going to set this. I'm going to set this event up.
Got they brains
I
beat
believe
in.
what he was saying was Buffalo. When y'all beat the Chiefs in the regular season, y'all act like y'all won the Super Bowl, and then the very next week you get
y'all better be
doors
y'all
blown.
better be
You get
them.
the doors blown off of you by the Miami Dolphins the very next week.
Sir, I was the same person that sat up here and dogged the Bills about getting their breaks beat in. The Buffalo Bills
Same
love
here.
to be somebody else's story. You know this, Ryan. You was on Monday night.
I was.
Sir, the Bills love being somebody else's story. I cannot stand them.
Yep.
You want premise? Here's premise. Bijan Robinson had a career game against the Buffalo Bills. Devon Achane, 225 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Story. Stephon Diggs, they had 150 yards in 2 seasons until he played who? The Buffalo
The Bills. Yeah.
I tell you, the Bills love being somebody else's fucking story. And
That's
guess
the
what?
thing.
Oh, by the way, I know y'all was waiting for this because we ain't get into it. The Bills is not winning the division this year.
They aren't. The Bills
I got
have a
another before
history
you.
of being awesome as fuck,
Here's the other thing too,
and then taking the
Yeah.
one team that they should beat and making that one team that they should beat every year look like they the best team in the league. That's what the Bills do.
Here's the other thing too. You talk about Achane. What you talk about Achane? Look, I expect Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had 170 yards. Bijan Robinson had 170 yards. Achane hit 200 and some change. But when you let Sean Tucker, who is the third,
Yeah, you're proving our
Sean
point right now, bro.
Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker. Had you ever heard of Sean Tucker until this past
Nope.
week?
Until last week.
Do you know what string Sean Tucker is?
Mhm.
Like,
Third string.
he's
Third string.
He
Run.
came off the bench after another guy got hurt. So yeah,
No, he wasn't hurt. No, he wasn't hurt. Bucky Irving's hurt. Their starter.
yeah.
And he outplayed Rashad White, who's the second stringer. And he was averaging 6 yards.
That's
a
what I'm
carry.
saying.
He had
This
3
man
touchdowns.
came off the third
touchdowns.
string. I agree with you.
Three
Nobody
he had
knew who the
three-
fuck he was.
He had 3 touchdowns. Now,
Yeah.
you're not going to in the playoffs. When you look at the teams that you're going to see in the playoffs, and you have shown week after week after week. And when I said something about, oh, Marcus, you're hating on the Buffalo Bills, and I said you can't stop the run. Oh, but we won the game, Marcus. We won. I understand that, but you can't stop. It doesn't matter. We won the game at the end when Derrick Henry was averaging 19 yards.
But it does matter. Y'all can't stop the run. I agree with you 100%.
When Derrick Henry was averaging 19 yards a carry in the first half, he was averaging 19 yards a carry. And you let Sean Tucker, the third string running back from the Bucks. Oh, and this is without Mike Evans. This is without Chris Godwin. They're running up and down.
It was without Tyreek Hill, and they were shorthanded. Miami was shorthanded too.
In the playoffs, when you got to play a team with an elite running game, you're going to run into a couple, namely probably Indianapolis. If I'm Indianapolis and I see the Buffalo Bills on my schedule in the playoffs, Jonathan Taylor's going to get 40 carries in that game.
I was about to say, if you're Indy and you face a team like Buffalo, I agree. No, hold on.
Marcus,
hold on. I got to say, Marcus is 110% correct on this. If you are anybody involved with the coaching staff of Indianapolis this year, and you see a team like Buffalo in the playoffs, you better fucking hand that ball off 9 out of 10 plays and fucking stomp them into the dirt with Jonathan Taylor. That's the only way you win that game.
So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Look, we restart time, guys. Torch,
no, wait a minute. You reached your time.
Okay, well, I'm about to. I got my
time. It's only an hour and 46 minutes, and there's 15 minutes left in the show. And this is barbecue chicken.
Hell yeah, that's some good looking chicken too.
That does look good. Torch, are you coming on with me in the morning?
Tomorrow morning, Marcus the Alphabet.
Because that's the pregame show for Buffalo. Are you coming on in the morning?
Pregame show for Buffalo. Yes, I will be on tomorrow.
Buffalo.
Shit, I'll come on tomorrow too if you'd like.
Buffalo. Who's Buffalo versus Houston tomorrow in Houston?
Yep, Buffalo versus Houston in Houston. Buffalo at Houston.
So we're
when we get in the go mode here, you're gonna see. I bet heavy on Houston too. I bet heavy on Buffalo, not on Houston.
So make sure tomorrow morning, because I got to get ready to get out of here. I gotta get baby girl ready for school tomorrow. Tomorrow's her last day, so I got to function tomorrow because they go on Thanksgiving. They go on Thanksgiving break tomorrow for the week. But make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna say 10 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. We'll do like 3 slides. There's not too much going on. I need to see what's up with Ramona and get her score. But make sure y'all do that. We appreciate everybody who comes through, everybody who chops it up with us. Make sure you get your Rise Up Family, Alphabets Football Show merch, 27 short sleeve t-shirts, 37 long sleeve t-shirts, 52 hoodies. Get you a couple of hoodies. Get you a couple. It's
Hell
cold.
Yeah, get a hoodie.
Get you a couple of hoodies, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta have a big enough order. If not, they're like, we're not stopping our presses for that because they do all the stuff for the Army base here and the Fire Academy, Police Academy, and all that stuff. But get you a couple of hoodies, man. It helps us out with all the stuff that we have, with the programs and lights and StreamYard and all that good stuff. That helps us out to do certain stuff. So sometimes we get a little carried away and venture off into stuff. We try to do as much topics as we can, but y'all know how we do. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate y'all. I hope everybody has a good night. And we'll be back in the morning, man. We'll be back in the morning chopping it up. And we're gonna discuss this Buffalo. Also, make sure you make arrangements. Alphabets Football Show, Rise Up Family Meet and Greet, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, April the 23rd to the 25th. I'll be there. Torch will be there. Devon will be there. Mona will be
Hold
there.
on, April 23rd to the 25th?
Yeah.
I think I might be able to be there too. In Pittsburgh.
Come on down. It's going to be fun.
Fuck yeah. In Pittsburgh, April 23rd to the 25th. I'm looking at my calendar now.
Make sure that you.
I might actually be able to make that.
Make sure that you get you a hotel room in the Airbnb. Because if you wait around to the last minute, I'm telling you, everybody's going to. I went and made my reservations for my hotel, and I went back. Me and Mona are at the same spot. And, man, it was all booked up. So, if you wait till a month or two before, you ain't gonna have, you're gonna be like Jesus on Christmas. You're gonna be in a manger somewhere, sleeping in the barn.
You're gonna be trying to find a camping spot with me and my people at that point.
For real. So, y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all in the morning. I'll put up the information, and we'll chop it up in the morning, though. All right. Appreciate everybody, much respect, and we appreciate everybody who comes through and chops it up with us. Okay, y'all have a good night.
Marcus, appreciate you again. We gonna talk. We gotta talk
for sure.
Hey, for real, Marcus Betts. Check out the Alphabet Show every day, motherfuckers. Come on, this motherfucker knows what he's talking about. He a good dude. Have a good night, man.
Get into it, Ryan. Go.
Oh, so we going into go mode here now. Okay, hold on. I got the Romeo y Julieta 54x40 here tonight. Victory cigar ready to go. So if you checked in earlier tonight, you already saw the NBA bets we were making. We can jump back into those again if you'd like, but I don't think we need to do that. Let's get right into Ryan Go's Go-Getters. This is the week 12 of the Go-Getters. Now, remember, this is a fluid power list of teams. Their records are only factored into this. Their performances and everything are what really matter. So we're starting off right here at number 5 for the week. Ryan Go's Go-Getters in week 12. Number 5, Denver Broncos. They're 9-2. They won. They get a spot here. There they are at number 5. You want to fight with me? We can fucking pick a parking lot and meet somewhere. Number 4, we're going with my Indianapolis Colts. They're coming off the bye, but in week 10, 3 rushing touchdowns and 298 yards from scrimmage. Come on, dude. 8-2 and arguably better than the Broncos right now. There's no way you can literally look me in my fucking eyeballs and tell me that number 5 and number 4 are wrong right now, especially when you look at the rest of this list. Number 3, we have the Seattle fucking Seahawks. Yes, even coming off this loss, here's the stats here right now. 384 total yards for Seattle versus only 230 off a scrimmage for the Rams. Granted, Seattle had 4 turnovers compared to 1 for the Rams. This is a 5-turnover football game. If you didn't enjoy this football game, do you even enjoy football, sir? Like, what the fuck? Seattle at number 3 on this list. And I actually challenge the viewers and the listeners to tell me why Seattle shouldn't be number 3 on this list, especially considering we're going to number 2. Number 2 is Philly and Detroit tied right now. Now, this sounds dumb as hell coming out of my mouth, but this game was an absolute banger. In this Week 11 matchup, on November 16th, the Eagles defeated the Lions 16-9. But key stats included the Eagles having 272 total yards off a scrimmage to the Lions 317. Eagles' time of possession at 35-48 compared to the Lions' 24-12. That was a hell of a fucking game. The Eagles' points came from a lone touchdown and 3 field goals, with Jalen Hurts scoring the 1 touchdown. The Lions fucking went out there and proved that they're still the goddamn Lions, and the Eagles went out there and proved that they're still the goddamn Eagles. Hands down, that was the best game of the week. If you don't think that was the best game of the week, we need to have a couple of conversations. Number 1 team in Ryan Go's Go-Getters this week in the top 5. It's gotta be. This ain't no surprise to you. It's the Los Angeles Rams. I've been swinging off Stafford's dick for 3 weeks now, and I'm going to keep swinging off it until it's not hard anymore. Dude, Stafford or May is the MVP out here right now. Stafford's showing that he's still Stafford, and I'm all there for it. He's going to have Adams back on a relatively empty offensive line. He's going to go out and show against Baker, and sadly, as much as I love Baker in Tampa Bay this year, Stafford about to hand them another L. That's been your Ryan Goes Go-Getters for the week. We got any comments on that before we get moving on? Otherwise, let's get right into it here. We about to look into, I already discussed the NBA bets earlier this week, or earlier tonight, I should say, not earlier this week. So let's get into our Thursday night football bets here. We got our tooties and we got our standard bet that we normally do here. We're waiting on Prize Picks to reload here because I want current stats and odds for you guys, not based off of just what I put my bet in on. Okay, so we are looking at, we got a 3-pick flex play to win 15. So that's a 3x on the flex pay. We got a James Cook anytime rushing or receiving touchdown throughout the entire game. We got Davis Mills anytime touchdown passing throughout the entire game. And we got, here's the goofy one, but I think this is going to hit because Josh Allen just doing the goddamn thing the last 2 weeks here, slowly getting better and better. We got Josh Allen at a higher than 2.5. This dude gonna throw 3 touchdown passes like he did last week. Let's get into this 6-pick flex play here also. This is $5 to pay 40. You bet higher or lower for more or less, but this is gonna be a decent bet right here. We got Josh Allen at higher than 224.5 passing yards. This dude been averaging 260 the last 3 weeks. We got James Cook at an anytime rushing or receiving touchdown. So we're putting him at 0.5 higher rushing or receiving. James Cook good for at least 1. Come on, it's Houston. We got Dalton Schultz, one of the best. He's their tight end, one of their best receivers on their team, even as tight end. We got him at higher than 29.5 yards. We got Davis Mills passing touchdowns at 0.5. All let's do is throw 1 touchdown. You know he good for at least 1. Come on. He's gonna throw at least 1 touchdown. Let's move on. We got Will Anderson. We got him at higher than 0.25 sacks. Now, here's where this is a goofy number. People are like, who the fuck are you even talking about? This man has scored an average of 1 to 1.5 on his sack numbers the last 9 games. So at a higher than 0.25, that's almost a guaranteed lock for a leg on this one. And then we're going Woody Marks, running back. We're going under 63.5 because I think Buffalo about to shut these boys down. There you go. This has been go mode.
Wow. Wow, I thought you had more. I thought it was going to be even more. But Follow right here.
Oh, I got
Got you.
some more for tomorrow. That's just for tonight. I gave you my power rankings. I gave you a couple of bets. Do you want the NBA bets? Most of the NBA bets have already resolved, though. I put a video out earlier today on the page that shows you some of the NBA bets you should have been hopping on before we even got on the air. Gambling's all about timing, man. I can give you 15 bets right now that might hit, but it's all about like getting in right before shit starts or right before shit stops.
It's been real. 2 hours. Ryan Go, myself, Andre the Torch Robinson, Marcus the Alphabets was on. We appreciate y'all. World Class Wednesdays. We up out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow on Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show, brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Peace.
Hell yeah, shut